As a young citizen of India, armed with technology, knowledge, and love for my nation, with a vision of transforming India into a developed nation, I'm joining Shobhit University. What about you?
Very good morning to all the participants from India and abroad. Shobhit Institute of Engineering and Technology, Meerut, a NAC accredited with A grade, deemed to be university, and its centers of excellence, Center for Informatics Development Solutions and Applications, mainly looking into e-governance and informatics, and Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Application, promoting Industry 4.0 in MSMEs of India. In association with African Asian Rural Development Organization, ARDO, New Delhi, organized this weekly international webinar series on open source digital technologies for self-reliant India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, on a very important topic, doubling farmers' income, empowering through bioenergy farming, and creating a more nutritious and sustainable food supply. It is the 110th edition, and this webinar is being held on every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Indian Standard Time. On behalf of the Honorable Chancellor, His Excellency, the Secretary General, African Asian Rural Development Organization, Honorable Vice Chancellor, the faculty members of the university, and on my behalf, and as Professor Emeritus and Chairman of Centers of Excellence, Center for Agricultural Informatics and E-Government Research Studies, Center for Agri-Business and Disaster Management Studies, Center for Informatics Development Solutions and Application, and Center for Industry 4.0 Technology Studies and Application, and Center for Health Informatics and Computing. Let me welcome our guest speaker of today's webinar, Mr. Francesco Arlia. And he is the Chief Executive Officer of Harvest Harmonics. I wish to inform the participants and the speaker that this university regularly conducts two webinar series, National Webinar Series on Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022, and on every Thursday, and International Webinar Series on Open Source Digital Technology towards Self-Reliant India. Mr. Francesco addressed the National Webinar Series on Doubling Farmers' Income by 2022 on 10th August on the similar topic, in view of the importance of the technology for doubling or manifolding farmers' income on certain crop commodities in irrigated environment, and how to empower through bioenergy farming and creating a more nutritious and sustainable food supply, we thought that we should request him to deliver in the international webinar series on open source digital technology for self-reliant India for the benefit of the 32 member countries of the African Asian Rural Development Organization. He has agreed to deliver his talk today. Thank you very much, Mr. Francesco Arlia. Under this international webinar series, these two centers of excellence have organized so far 109 webinars on very important topic, technology and how technology can be adopted in agriculture sector. And the university is concentrating on adoption of agriculture technologies and digital technology to empower small and marginal operational holders. And open to, I would like to give some of the topics which we discussed, which may be of importance and relevant to the participants. Open technologies to provision simple and economical IT infrastructure, a roadmap for students using free and open source software and reaching goals of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Free and open source software adoption, business models, open data platform for smart digital government, technology imperatives, make in India for self-reliance, data governance for self-reliant, digital India transforming governance and society, India's email service, citizen@india.mail.com, indiamail.com in 22 constitutionally recognized languages. And as of now, 75% of the email traffic in Gmail goes from India. Ecosystem architecture for digital transformation. Education system cyber-critical infrastructure, seizing opportunities in open innovation, and value creation network in the digital world for self-reliant economy. Today's topic is very much relevant under open innovation and seizing opportunities in open innovation and value creation network in the digital world. Ensuring food safety, ensuring food safety and compliance through technology. Digital India, urgent need for semiconductor manufacturing in India. Technology investment in agriculture value chain, role of foreign direct investments, entrepreneurship and skill development, artificial intelligence design pathways, the rise of platform economy, revisiting value chain governance, era of automation, industrial robotics, and Industry 4.0, Indo-German perspective of technology transfer, skill gap analysis, and opportunities. Role of artificial intelligence in healthcare, current developments in diagnosis and vaccine research, digital agri-tech and agri-startup perspective, health informatics network value chain, e-health system and beyond, leveraging emerging technologies for ensuring transparent and traceable agri and food supply chain, unleash the power of citizen development for enterprise software development, e-governance models towards sustained quality service to citizen backed by technology, Indian MSME to adopt Industry 4.0 technology capabilities, building public digital platform using microservices and APIs, health informatics network value chain, early childhood development and learning, health informatics network value chain, clinical AI, interface between machine learning and health informatics, health informatics network value chain, importance of social medicine and community health in the times of health emergency, G filter, gravity filter, a simple, low-cost solution to the drinking water treatment in rural India. Open source GovTech startup empowering growth with automation. Digital transformation in small enterprises and small businesses of India, challenges and opportunities. National Digital Twine Program. National Digital Twine Program. Need for a robust geospatial infrastructure. What is happening in lab and what is happening on land. Digital twin technology will facilitate. Industry 4.0 in MSMEs, benefits of indigenously developed CollabCAD software from National Informatics Center. Mass serialization and anti-counterfeiting solutions to fight illicit trade. Cyber security, risk, challenges and solutions. Intelligence approach to reduce cyber risk. New Internet IPv6 root server toward Atmanirbhar Connected Bharat. Indian startups, reflections and possible policy interventions needed for scaling up to Gram Panchayat. Blockchain and crypto for digital access platform. Pathway for global trade. Robot as a service, leverage technology to solve enterprise challenges. Space startup connecting to international market with emerging business models, enabling technology for future vision. Vivekananda secondary education and skill development mega projects, its potential impact on rural entrepreneurship and rural economy in India. The Sports Grail, digital sports media platform and prospects of Indian sports industry sustainability model at global level. Pharma 4.0, Industry 4.0 application to pharmaceutical manufacturing. Accelerate and scale non-linear growth through partner ecosystem. Technological renaissance and human capital, a perspective. Health informatics network value chain, medical outreach, challenges and potential. Beyond COVID-19, revitalizing micro and small enterprises. Project management essentials, launchpad for future CO and startup founders beyond. Society 5.0, a new society beyond Industry 4.0 and post-COVID-19. Smart village oblique community. African ICT oblique IoT lessons. Digital economy, ways and means to protect and empower for self-reliance. Pragmatic ways for Atmanirbhar Bharat. Democratization of essential services by using sustainable energy as a catalyst. transforming India through relevant education and vocational training, digital technology in simplifying citizen life, on learning during the pandemic and its future, smart microeconomic zone, pathways for self-reliance at village level, crime prediction support system, knowledge management for development partnership to achieve sustainable development goals of UN and implementing the Agenda 2030, millet value chain from IoT to blockchain, traceability roadmap, aspirational district program in left-wing extreme affected district, a data-driven model, digital agriculture supply chain and trading hub, a geo-economic perspective, market-driven agriculture, need for development of a crop-specific strategies at block level, an open agri network to unlock $1 trillion plus potential of Indian agriculture with the smallholder farmer. This is also is very important for today's topic. An open agri network to unlock the $1 trillion plus potential of Indian agriculture with the smallholder farmer. Developing rural entrepreneurship to ensure doubling of farmers' income. Leveraging the power of convergence through connecting the dots, which are they? Agri startups, agripreneurs, and rural innovators. Agronomy plus AI is precision farming. We need a large-scale training of agronomy, related details to the farmers. Even agronomists have to be trained on artificial intelligence to bring in precision farming. Doubling farmers' income, imperative of plant health informatics network. Developing commercial breadfruit value chain to help farmers reach high-value markets. Commodity value chain creation through agri network and agri artificial intelligence. Farm to plate, one-stop agri-tech platform to simplify supply chain and e-commerce needs of food and perishable commodities. Health informatics network value chain, national animal disease reporting system, and beyond. AI and metaverse, frontiers in workspace, coconut value chain challenges, transforming into opportunity. And this is it is a circular economy, and it is productivity has to be increased like anything. Coffee informatics network value chain, facilitating smallholder coffee farmers into business. Health informatics network value chain, building a one health ecosystem, role of digital architecture, diversification of fish and fisheries resources management, and its challenges in Bangladesh, and data mining on digital architecture, drone technology ecosystem, empowering smallholder farmers in India. Fisheries informatics network value chain, business plan for fisheries cooperatives to attract investors, making urbanization work for the poor through new technologies. This is a talk from Madam Astrid Rosemary from Kampala. Disrupting technologies in precision agriculture, disruptive technologies in precision agriculture, strategy for total development of local area with ICT, digital economy, ways and means to protect and empower for self-reliance, sustainability frameworks and standards for agricultural commodities, global value experience, We Mill, a social business initiative for rural women, e-governance in digital India, challenges and potential, application of artificial intelligence and digitization in agriculture and animal husbandry, organic and natural farming certification and way forward, transformation through technology, T3, pathway for industries to embrace digital, operational, and knowledge transformation for participating in global value chain, health informatics network value chain, digital health analytics leading to digital twine for better health care. Once again, you can talk about plant health care, digital twine. Smart sustainably managing agriculture in remote terrain technologies, empowering farmer to make agriculture profitable and sustainable. India becoming drone technologies global hub. India becoming drone technologies global hub by 2030. Opportunities, challenges, and way forward. regeneration, and acceleration of agribusiness through digital transformation. Connect One, connecting platform for empowering farming community. Changing landscape of entrepreneurship in digital age, creating shared value and being socially responsible. Agri entrepreneurship and opportunity in India. Golden era of Indian startups. Why? An overview. Biodegradable edible packaging for enhanced shelf life of perishable commodities. Forces shaping future automotive and farm products, accelerating digital adoption and data driven, a rural cloud initiative by Mr. Venki Swaminathan from Trilogy Networks, Colorado, USA. Kisan GPT to Bharat GPT, AI-driven transformation of India led by Agricultural Information Services. Building enabling ecosystem for social enterprises. Building enabling ecosystem for social enterprises in agricultural sector. These are all the different topics. You can see that. And the other day I read about 115 topics. And today I read about 109 topics with your topic, 110. This is the only university in the world with 5 centers of excellence working to promote agri-tech startups in different area for bringing in agriculture productivity and sustainable food supply chain in an environment, in a technology, foundation, technology framework. And today is the 110th edition. So this is where you have a strong, support, and also a foundation through research, education, capacity building, and outreach program at the grassroots level. And India is said to be a land of villages. And agriculture sector is the foundation of Indian economy. Farmers of India are facing multidimensional problems: productivity, price fluctuation, debt and lack of infrastructure and weather. 14.5 crores operational holders, out of which 89% are small and marginal operational holders. They need timely, location-specific, personalized information for effective control on their production, risk, and then market their produce to identified market opportunities. We also have undertaken reforms through digitalization of agriculture system. Dr. Ashok Dalwai Committee Report on Digital Technology in Agriculture, Report 2018, talks about doubling farmers' income. I was part of that committee, chaired 2 subgroups. Volume 11, that is digital, empowering the farmers through extension and technology dissemination, knowledge dissemination. Volume 12B, digital technology in agriculture. This is a 7 mission mode programs and about 40 sub-recommendation to digitalize agriculture system, not only in India, throughout world, the entire world, where the agriculture is a main occupation. And here today, there are 2, of course, all the 7 areas are very important. Digital transformation of agriculture through smart irrigated systems, smart rainfed systems, and smarter tribal systems, agromet advisories and risk management solutions, agricultural resources information system, and micro level planning at the village level. It's very important. We should know what is available on the ground, below the ground, and coming from above the ground. And digitalized value chain for agriculture commodities. Agricultural access, digitalized access to inputs in time, technology in time, knowledge in time, skill and agriculture, finance and credit and marketing, logistic in time, and digitalized, integrated land and water management. It's very important through your technology. And digitalized farm health management for reduction of farmers' loss, human health, plant health, animal health, soil health, water health, environmental health, and fish health. It's very important. It's a $1 trillion data economy I'm propagating, and in a very big manner. We are also, that's why there is a Center for Health Informatics and Computing. bring in different discipline people to work on AI, data analytics, and blockchain technology to see human health, plant health, animal health, soil health, water health, and fish health and environmental health on a village through GIS technology, drone technology. And nobody in the world has undertaken this type of study. And I have been voicing since 2011. And my articles are available in open, in internet, and it can be seen. And we are trying to have an MSc in health informatics to train the biotechnology students, biology students. This is where your topic is also very important. And see to that how we can ensure nutrition, optimal nutrition in soil and harvested food to minimize human disease. You are talking about technology intervention through biophysics for increasing productivity. And this is our initiative in the whole world. And this is where this Shobhit Institute of Engineering and Technology is using agriculture as a use case for bringing in rural India to shine, smile, and roar. Smart, and another very important aspect which we have taken as a follow-up of this national mission. As a pilot project, we are taking smart tribal farming, a cluster of 10 tribal villages. India has got 142,000 tribal villages. And since our Honorable President, Her Excellency, Madam Draupadi Murmu, comes from a tribal community, and we thought that it is a responsibility of this university to operationalize, since we are part of the policy formulation, to operationalize smart tribal farming in a pilot initiative from throughout the country where the tribal population is available, and to digitalize the tribal agriculture, which is sustainable agriculture and nutritious agriculture, and that has to be globally integrated. This is where your technology also will be will be having a serious impact. And we on 9th August we celebrated World Tribal Day, and the university, our Honorable Chancellor, has issued a message commemorating World Tribal Day, advancing with smart tribal farming. That is a message which has gone throughout the world. And the whole world was celebrating as 9th August as a Indigenous Peoples Day. And we have an Atmanirbhar Bharat, it's a mission, and we have a Digital India program, which is, under which India aims to transform, into a knowledge-based economy and a digitally empowered society. And we also was instrumental, India was very much instrumental in 1987 on digital technology in district level. I was the project director for digital technology in agriculture in 512 districts, now 717 districts. And then 95, I was instrumental once again to bring out an IT blueprint in agriculture, 15 Informatics network program, many other schemes. And 2018, I was once again, part of the national doubling farmers income mission by 2022, that we brought out a digital technology in agriculture framework. And then we have the digital world is a rise of a platform economy. And 10 emerging technologies are making impact: AI, 5G, IoT, serverless computing, biometrics, augmented reality, virtual reality, blockchain, robotics, natural language processing, quantum computing. This is making the adoption of this technology in agriculture sector to increase productivity under a new acronym, that is GREEN. We have seen green revolution earlier in 60s, 70s. Now this is green revolution, GRIN, genomics, robotics, informatics, and nanotechnology. India has gotten, plan for 25 years development plan to make India new India. And its budget 2023-24 has given 7 priorities. And one of the priorities, digital public infrastructure for agriculture to facilitate farmer-centric solutions. And then also by encouraging agri startup. India has got 2.5 lakh gram panchayat, 6.5 lakh villages, and it is a constitutional local body. We need one agri-tech startup in every gram panchayat. It means 2.5 lakh agri-tech startup. We have sustainable development goals of the UN and Agenda 2030, 17 goals and 169 targets. If agriculture is digitalized, many sustainable development goals can be achieved. Bioenergy and nutrition. Today's topic is bioenergy farming, and also keyword nutritious and sustainable food supply. I was going through some of the topics, the internet. I thought that I should also quote it for the benefits of the participants. Bioenergy and nutrition. It is a paper published on 29th June 2023. It talks about positive linkages for the achievement of the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Bioenergy and nutrition. Bioenergy and nutrition represents two key elements in maintaining health and well-being. Bioenergy is a form of renewable energy produced from organic material, which can be used for generating power, while nutrition, on the other hand, is related to the ability of food to provide the proper nutrients to living beings and the factors that make up a healthy diet. 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda has brought considerable attention to the importance of food security and nutrition, particularly under SDG Goal 2, while concurrently highlighting the need to ensure affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy access for all under SDG Goal number 7. Accomplishment of the goal number 2 and goal number 7 is crucial for almost all others, as they are closely interconnected with many cross-cutting elements and commonly framed in the water energy food nexus. Technology innovations. Technological advancement affects all industry, including agriculture. Most revolutionary innovations include smart farming and genetically modified organisms. Gone are the days when farmers simply used a till and an almanac to plan and plant their crops. Smart farming has become the way that most agricultural business plant, and harvest. Smart farming has become a way that most agricultural businesses plan, plant, and harvest. GPS tracking, drones, Internet of Things, and robotics. With the vision of Make in India, government involvement and government adhered innovation and investment is increasing. Now it is the modern agricultural implements and machine manufacturers that need to bring in innovation and new agri-techniques to modernize the farmlands of India. Agriculture 4.0 is the future of farming technology. Internet of Things, automation of skills and workforce, data-driven farming and chatbots, soil and field analysis through precise 3D maps, planting, crop spraying, crop monitoring, irrigation, and health assessment. Agriculture's connected future, how technology can yield new growth. How technology can yield new growth. The challenge the industry facing is thus twofold. Infrastructure must be developed to enable the use of connectivity in farming. And where connectivity already exists, strong business cases must be made in order for solutions to be adopted. Digitization, increasing automation, new business models have revolutionized other industries, and automotive will be no exception. Automation is no exception. India is now witnessing agriculture 4.0, industry 4.0, and society 5.0. With your technology, agriculture 4.0 and Industry 4.0 in agriculture, that is Agriculture 4.0, and Society 5.0 is achievable. And there are a lot of MSME scheme are also for agriculture, which has to be taken advantage for adoption of technologies to increase agriculture productivity in the country. We have to, unlock the untapped potential, for growth. That is very important. Untapped potentials, and that is, this is to keep smallholder producers at the heart of what they can co-create, so that market solutions become a force for economic and social gains for the people and their communities. This university, in association with NGOs, have established many working on digitalized agriculture value chain. One agriculture value chain for one agriculture commodity in every district, 772 districts. And we are also trying to, under this smarter tribal farming, we are also trying to, facilitate the BharatNet getting into Gram Panchayat, where the smarter tribal farming project has been undertaken. Agri-tech startup, Indian startups needed for scaling up to 2.5 lakh Gram Panchayats to facilitate digital transformation for 14.5 crore operational holdings. It is we have to create an ecosystems. Farm extension 4.0. This is where, when your technology comes, I'm just giving a framework. We need a lot of things to put it. So for people like you to associate with this type of 5 centers of excellence is very important. This we have working on a 12 box oriented, subsectors for farm extension 4.0 for your benefit and also for the benefit of the participants. I just read it out. Today it is not possible, for 14.5 crore operational holders. This is true in other developing countries, especially African, Asian countries. Farmers should know agroclimatic advisory and good agricultural practices capacity building. They need a large-scale training, rural youth and the farmers, especially small and marginal farmers. Financial and insurance inclusion, agriculture marketing, commerce, trade, and price forecasts, and non-farm activities and agro-service centers. Farm planning and micro-level planning, agricultural warehousing and cold storage infrastructure, input dealers, agrochemicals, fertilizers, seeds, and wet pharmaceuticals, and so on and so forth. Irrigation extension is very important. Research extension, agriculture, horticulture, floriculture, sericulture, jute culture, api extension, livestock extension, and fisheries extension. We have to have it. This is where many bodies who are involved have to be networked. So, like I said it, we should talk about sustainable food supply, energy crops. Why energy farming is very important. We can hear from the address by Mr. Francesco Arlia. What is bioenergy farming? What is bioeconomy? Bioeconomy is a multi-dimensional concept and blends well with the food system concept. Its goals include the reduction of greenhouse emissions, efficient use of energy and material, responsible consumption, and social inclusion through innovation, with a focus on the transformation of structure of production. With a focus, social inclusion through innovation, with a focus on the transformation of the structure of production. The present structure of production has productivity issue and a sustainability issue. So how to transform this structure of production? Bioeconomy offers support for the transformation of food systems by increasing crop and livestock yields through sustainable intensification activities. This is where today you will be hearing a lot of things on photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a process by which plant use sunlight, water, carbon dioxide to create oxygen and energy in the form of sugar, carbon dioxide and water through, that which will mix glucose and oxygen. And this is where it strengthen our biophysical studies of food and agriculture products, which involves a lot of research at the interface of chemistry, biology, and engineering, as well as the new interdisciplinary areas of material science and nanotechnology. So simply to put it, green revolution, GRIN, genomics, robotics, informatics, and nanotechnology. This is the university which is in this direction. And integrated food and energy systems is a diversified agricultural production farming system that incorporates agrobiodiversity and builds on the principle of sustainable production intensification. It can be small-scale operation managed at village and household level or large-scale operation designed for commercial activities. It optimizes land use through the combination of food and energy crops and optimize biomass use through its a cascading sequence to produce both food and energy. Agriculture 4.0 is a future of farming technology. And with this, we will turn to the address by Mr. Francesco Arlia, Chief Executive Officer, Harmonics from USA. And this topic will motivate and galvanize the participants watching our telecast through facebook.com/Shobhit University India, youtube.com/Shobhit University in, or linkedin.com/company/Shobhit-University. And Harmonics has the vision and strategy to evolve agricultural industry worldwide by transitioning it from a chemical farming age of the last 120 years into the bioenergy farming age of the next 300 years. It is a very ambitious plan. And we will try to establish startups on smart farming in association with Harmonics, facilitating agricultural and rural transformation in India. Let me introduce the guest speaker, Mr. Manish. Mr. Francesco Arlia is the founder and CEO of Harmonics Corporation. He has an extensive history as a business professional with 32 years as a forensic accountant, business engineer, and strategic visionary. In his career as a forensic accountant, he is specialized in defending his clients against the IRS in tax cases with a perfect 9-0 record. His skill in investigating cases allowed him to quickly grasp the challenges of several industries. His current passion, Harmonics, is a biophysics and agriculture technology company that benefits farmers worldwide. This new agriculture technology was 24 years in development, has now been released in its perfected stages and backed by empirical results in several university trials around the world. These trials showed a significant increase in photosynthesis, yield, and reduction of water and inputs. Harmonics is headquarters in Clearwater, Florida, in the United States, has corporate offices in India, Australia, South Africa, and Italy. Harmonics has a vision and strategy to evolve the agriculture industry worldwide by transitioning it from the chemical farming age of the last 120 years into the bioenergy farming age of the next 20 years. So let us hear Mr. Francesco Arlia on his topic, doubling farmers' income by 2022, empowering through bioenergy farming, and creating a more nutritious and sustainable food supply. You can go at slow speed so that people will be in a position to understand. Over to Mr. Francesco.
Thank you, Dr. Moni. It's been a great pleasure to meet you and start collaborating with you and working with you. It's nice to work with someone that is in alignment with making the world a better place and a healthier place. First, I want to say it's an honor to be here to present to your distinguished guests and collaborators. And I did do what you asked me to do and look into the African Asian Rural Development Organization, ARDO, the website to see the countries that comprise of that organization and see what countries we are already in alignment with. And so I wanted to report that we have trials working with the government of Liberia and in India and also in Pakistan, whereas we are starting to relationships and starting to do trials in Egypt, and we are in talks with the government of Iraq and Iran. So, moving on, I will start my presentation. But before I get into the PowerPoint, there is something that I wanted to get the listeners and participants to really understand. Okay, the world is made up of 95% conventional farmers. Conventional farmers is the chemical farming of the last 120 years. And it has proven in the last 20 to 30 years that is actually now destroying our environment. And the world has been pushing for the last 10 years to really go sustainable. And that is because when your farming is 95% chemical based and the world's water usage is 30% of the world's water usage is used by everyday people all over the world for common purposes. But 70% of all the water used every single day is consumed by one industry, and that is agriculture. So think about that for a minute and let that sink in. 70% of all the water used every single day is consumed by one industry, agriculture. That means that if you take 70% of the world's daily water and multiply it by 95% of the world's chemical farming every day, 66%, mathematically, simple math, 66% of the world's water is being poisoned by chemicals every single day. And yet we have not destroyed this planet in all these years. That tells us that the planet is very strong. However, we have seen from the climate change, environmental conditions, the health conditions of mankind, the destruction of our soils, that the planet is getting sick and it is deteriorating, which is the reason why they came up with the G20, then they came up with the G30, because they realize if we don't turn things around very quickly, we will be destroying ourselves as a population. And this is the reason why the inventor or the developer of this technology, which was born out of medical technology, going back over 25 years ago, started to develop a technology that would benefit farmers well into the future using bioenergy. But he needed to do major studying and major development and major testing, which now that technology is here, it's available, and it is the future technology of farming for the next 300 years or more. So without further delay, I will start getting into my presentation. I just wanted everyone to understand how this was born, why this was born, and now you will understand how well we are performing internationally. So, welcome to the future of farming today. Harvest Harmonics is revolutionizing the agricultural industry worldwide by creating a more nutritious and sustainable food supply. Our mission and our goal is to help farmers around the world grow healthier and better quality crops at lower costs. Very important. This technology will lower the costs of farmers. We help farmers achieve higher yields without harming the environment by rejuvenating Earth's ecology and organic life through advanced new technology. And this is the concept that is going to be eye-opening to see how advanced this technology is. So we developed this system to work with universities and governments all over the world. The benefit of working with a government is that they're not looking for funding for doing trials. So there's a lot more government trials that we've been expanding upon in the last year. But we started with university trials, and the incentive was to get 1,000 scientific trials all over the world, because we needed at least 1,000 scientific trials to get the world to duplicate and understand that the future of farming has finally arrived, and that it is not chemicals that we've been using for the last 120 years, but it's actually bioenergy quantum physics programming, which is a concept that is very difficult to get around because you don't see it. It's actual energy, and you can't see energy. You don't see electricity. You can feel it and touch it, but that would be very painful. But you don't actually see it. You can see the effect of electricity in lights, in your computer turning on, in your equipment being used. But you don't actually see the electrical waves. Very similar here in concept. So we needed and wanted to push to get 1,000 scientific trials around the world so that people can actually see the benefits of the technology in real time and have it measured by third-party verifiers. So we designed a system where the universities could actually generate the funds needed to conduct the trials, and the farmers would get the benefit of using the technology in conjunction with working with the universities. And then together we would be supporting sustainable and regenerative agriculture. We would be strengthening our reputation and the university's reputation, and even the farmers' reputation within the industry. And everyone would be moving in the direction of the future of farming. Plus, it would effectively reduce input use and costs from fertilizers, water, agrochemicals, etc. And then this would allow the farmers and the scientists to find out how we are revolutionizing the global agricultural industry from the top to the bottom and the bottom to the top. So this was our program that we came up with, and then we implemented it. So it starts with getting an understanding of what is the future of farming technology. It's biophysical signals. We call our programming, the technology itself, Kiminasi plants. Okay, Kiminasi is a coined word made up of the inventors, the first two letters of the inventors' 4 children. So KY came from Kirian, MI from Mia, NA from Nathan, and SI from Sirio. And he came up with the name Kiminasi. And Kiminasi plants is the biophysical quantum physics programming technology behind what we refer to as the crop booster technology. And that's how I will be referring to it here in the presentation. Crop Booster is the product that puts out the biophysical signals of Kiminasi plants. Now, everything in life is made of biophysics signals. Everything in life, it has quantum energy. And so just keep that concept, because everything is made of cells, and cells vibrate, they move, and they put out an energy, and they put out a signal. So looking at the concept of cells, you have healthy cells and you have unhealthy cells. And you know that because you have healthy cells and unhealthy cells within your body. And your body is always, fighting the unhealthy cells to maintain a healthy environment to keep you healthy. And that's what your body is doing all day long. And you assist your body by eating healthy and drinking healthy. If you drink unhealthy things like alcohol, or if you take unhealthy things like drugs, then you will eventually be working against your own body. And this is common sense. So in the environment with agriculture, it's the same concept. There are healthy plants and unhealthy plants. Healthy plants are putting out healthy signals, and unhealthy plants are putting out unhealthy signals. Our technology has taken all of the signaling for unhealthy and healthy plants, and it has measured those signals, and then the technology was designed to put out signals that are in alignment with the healthy plants that will handle the unhealthy signals. So think about that. We've taken what's happening in the environment every single day, measured it, okay, figured out a way to boost it, and then record it into a micro transmitter so that we can put out signals consistently that would keep the environment healthy and make it healthier step by step daily, to improve agriculture and improve the plant's health to achieve its genetic optimum. Its genetic optimum, without enforcing them with chemicals or any inputs. This is strictly by allowing the plant with synergistic and harmonious signals to allow the plant to achieve its own genetic optimum. So here's an example of a healthy cornfield, and here's a picture of an example of an unhealthy cornfield. And by applying our technology, we are making both sections, healthy and healthier by inputting and transferring our quantum physics programming to the entire field. Eventually, getting the plant the most optimum programming to optimize its own energy and expand and use the sun's energy and get more chlorophyll and increase its processing of photosynthesis, which I will explain later on in this presentation. But look at these pictures. If you look at these pictures, look at the deep green of our fields. These are actual pictures of our cornfields. Now look at the picture of a cornfield that we've taken from the internet. Pass it again. You see the difference in the deep green? This is what happens when you utilize our technology. Just want you to take a good look at that, at those two differences. So now you have a good understanding of how the technology works. Let me just give you a little overview. The Kiminasi plant's crop booster is a revolutionary new technology that improves the health of plants, humans, and the environment overall. The crop booster technology can be installed on any irrigation system in the world. Our system consists of microtransmitters that have been programmed with the specific biophysical frequencies, quantum physics programming, that a plant and its environment need for optimum operation and maximum biological potential. These biophysical signals, reach the plant via water through the irrigation system. Now, for those farmers that do not irrigate, no worries. We've developed a non-irrigation technology that will send the signals to non-irrigating farmers that rely on rainwater. However, that technology is now in testing and will be testing for at least another year. So it probably won't be released until mid to the end of 2024. Also, keep in mind that our technology was designed for every farmer, no matter your size, no matter how small you are, no matter how large you are. The technology was designed for every farmer, and no matter what you grow, because everything is every plant relies on the sun's energy and the process of photosynthesis and the biophysics of the plant, the physiology of the plant. This technology is designed specifically to utilize the sun's energy at its maximum optimum, to optimize the plant's potential, photosynthesis potential, and to increase and optimize the plant's natural physiology to its genetic optimum, maximum. So no matter what you grow, you can use our technology. Where is the crop booster installed? Anywhere you want to see results. And when you're using our technology, we suggest that you start with the small order so that you can see it and compare it to the other areas of your farm and see the differences for yourself. Do your own testing. That's the way a new technology should be vetted, should be investigated. What are the benefits of the crop booster? Improves photosynthesis in plants, improves soil health. Those are the two main benefits. So, improving photosynthesis in plants. The crop booster technology widens the range of conditions under which photosynthesis can occur in plants. For example, when the weather is cloudy, then the crop booster programming provides the biophysical signals that a plant needs to expand its ability to use light more efficiently. The crop booster also increases the quantity of light that a plant can absorb. Now, let me explain a little more detail how this works. We put over 3,000 quantum physics programs into the water that brings the programming to the plant. Through the water's memory component, it stays in the water for up to 30 days. Once the water is in the environment, we cannot guarantee how long it stays in the environment because it all depends on the toxicity level of the environment, which is the reason why the more you irrigate, the more the technology will be in the environment. However, as soon as the water gets to the soil through the irrigation system, the plant will immediately absorb it. Once the plant absorbs it, the programming, all 3,000 plus programs of quantum physics will be inside the plant. The plant, on a good day, does not need all those signals. It doesn't need all that programming. The plant may only need 200 to 300 signals. On a bad day, it may need 400 or 500 signals. It utilizes what it needs, but it's already inside the plant because it's been absorbing it through the water. So the more you irrigate, the more the plant absorbs. And understand, that you will not have to irrigate as much, because the plant, as it's optimizing its genetic potential, it's also improving its nutrient uptake, its water use efficiency, and its sun efficiency. So the plant starts to become more efficient with its own energy, its own use of nutrients, and its own retention of water. So, and you will see this in the presentation, reports from farmers and scientists is that we're saving water and we're saving inputs. But this is all coming from the scientists and from the farmers. We do not do any testing. Once the technology was completed, we stopped all internal testing. All of the data we will show you is all third-party data, only from farmers, only from scientists, independent from us. Now, how do we improve soil? The crop booster signals increase the quantity of beneficial microorganisms by improving the physical chemical characteristics of the soil. The crop booster biophysical signals wake up the dormant microbes and reactivates the good bacteria that have been previously affected by petrochemicals. Now, I want to explain something and show a little bit more of an alignment where our technology and our organization aligns with the Shobhit University and what Professor Dr. Moni is a supporter of. Because Dr. Moni, you mentioned that when you were talking, you mentioned the untapped potential of the planet. And this is very true, because the untapped potential is located in the earth itself by the microbes and the bacteria that have been locked up, almost frozen by the petrochemicals. When farmers start shifting away from chemical farming and starts shifting into bioenergy farming, they will be waking up the microbes and the bacteria that have been dormant all these years in the soil. There's a lot of potential in the soil. So all that potential is going to wake up and come out, plus the genetic potential of the plant, not genetically modifying the plant, but just getting to the plant's natural genetic potential. So there's a lot of untapped and locked up energy potential already within the earth that our technology wakes up, and within the plant that our technology wakes up and helps the plant to achieve. So carrying on. Now we're going to get into the details of how the technology works, the benefits, and give you some just overview so that you can really get a much better understanding of the technology itself, and it's the science behind it. Anyone that wants a copy of this presentation, especially if you're a government scientist or if you're a university scientist and you want to participate in this program, please contact Dr. Moni, okay? And we will make sure to get you all this information. Okay. Now, let's talk about improved photosynthesis and soil health. What does that create? Greater growth and vigor, greater yields, best quality. And we're going to get into that. Before we do, look at this picture here with these two scientists from the University of Espache in Ecuador. By the way, the Espache University has done probably 14 trials with us, okay? And they've published, I think now, 3 or 4 theses. But here, the scientists, they took a picture next to our crops that are going 15 feet tall. And that's not normal for the control crop. The same exact crop that did the control study was only 7 feet tall, which was normal for them because that was what they thought. That was what they thought was the genetic optimum of the plant, which was 7 feet. They never expected the plant to grow to 14, 15 feet. They never even knew that the plant had that genetic potential. And they doubled the more than doubled the yield of their forage crops. So, but you'll see this all in the studies. All the studies that you read on our website are completely mind-blowing. Like, scientists and farmers can't even believe them but that's why all of our studies are done by third parties. We do not get involved with any of the testing. We do not get involved with any of the actual trials. We do not get involved with financially, and we do not get involved with actually running the trials. We give the technology to the universities or to the governments. We tell them our protocols on how to use the technology, and we let them do the study, and we just follow up with them monthly and monitor what's going on and let them give us all the good news. But we do not get involved, especially financially. We are third party, independently verified. Now, let's continue. Let's talk about how does the crop booster improve photosynthesis? Well, reaction to light. Crop booster signals are designed to increase the absorption and use of sunlight, water, and nitrogen to maximize energy production during the light reaction of photosynthesis. Then there's the dark reaction called the Calvin cycle. Usually happens in the evening. The Calvin cycle is where the additional crop booster signals stimulate increased absorption and use of carbon dioxide while improving the efficiency of glucose metabolism to create a propulsion of the dark reaction of photosynthesis and plant growth. Then, let's talk about the environmental stress. Due to the above improvements, and regardless of which method of a plant uses to fix carbon, which means, the photosynthesis of C3, C4, or CAM, that's the way the plant fixes the carbon, right? The crop booster appears to broaden the range of conditions under which photosynthesis can occur. For example, when the weather is cloudy, the crop booster amplifies a plant's ability to use available light. We make the light usage more efficient. Now, let's talk about the light and its relation to photosynthesis. Crop booster has recorded and stored the frequency of sunlight in our microtransmitters using a procedure that is one of our technology trade secrets and therefore cannot be disclosed. The plant receives the amplified frequency of light through water treated with crop booster, and when this resonates with the actual light the plant receives from the sun, the plant will have a greater drive to use the sunlight. With crop booster technology, the frequency of the light, let's go back, sorry. The frequency of the light we send to the plant creates an amplification of the actual light that it is absorbed. This helps the crop to have better management of the light itself and for a longer duration. As a result, when the crop booster treated plant is no longer receiving light, it will then take advantage of the resonance light in order to gain growth time as compared to the untreated plants. Now, you have to understand that when a plant gets too much sunlight, normally it overheats and it closes its stomata and it needs to take a break. It needs to hold on to water and recuperate. And when it does that, it stops production. And that, depending on the conditions of the heat and the sun, the strength of the sun, it could shut down production for 24 to 72 hours or longer. When you have our technology, that doesn't happen. The plant is converting slowly but surely. The plant is converting to a word we refer to as a heliophyte. A heliophyte is a sun lover. The plant is loving the sun. The plant opens up its stomata. It wants more sun. It wants more energy of the sun because it has now the potential, because of our technology, to use the sun more efficiently, create more energy, photosynthesize the sun's energy, go through the photosynthesis procedure, generate more sugar, push that sugar down into the roots, expand the roots, open the pores of the roots, push the sugar out into the soil in exchange with the microbes, which the microbes become now activated, reactivated, and also woken up because of this new energy that's arriving, okay, with our crop booster technology that gets the microbes to wake up from their dormant stage and expand, bringing nutrients to the plant in exchange for the sugar. And that's the plant physiology life cycle. And this goes on. Then the microbes go out and they absorb or pull in from the atmosphere nitrogen, and they pull carbon from the atmosphere. And then they fix the carbon and the nitrogen in the soil, and they create a natural fertilizer. This is what we're doing. We're boosting the whole ecosystem. And so what then happens is the microbes bring this new fertilizer, nutrient, energy to the plant and keeps exchanging for more sugar. And it's a natural process, the natural process of the plant. All we're doing is boosting the entire system to the plant's genetic optimum and getting the microbes that are dormant to wake up and start getting back into action again. And it's proven just by the results and by the tests that the scientists are doing, because they're the ones that are measuring everything and telling us that everything that we're saying is true. So let's move on. What are the benefits? Improved plant health, improved soil health and nutrient availability, which is good for you, mankind, and for animals. Improved absorption and more balanced utilization efficiency of macronutrients and micronutrients. Increased density of roots. Increased efficiency of photosynthesis. Increased stress tolerance in adverse environmental conditions. Because obviously, if we're making the plant stronger and healthier, it will resist environmental temperatures, environmental conditions more effectively, more efficiently. And it can resist and will resist, bug infestations. Actually, the bugs will go someplace else because any entomologist will tell you that a bug attacks the weaker plants. Our plants are strong, healthy. So you will see this yourself, and you'll see this in our studies because it's being reported by the farmers and by the scientists. Improved disease resistance for the same reason. Increased carbon dioxide respiration for the same reason. Healthier, stronger plants with greater vigor. Faster growth rates and increased shelf life, produce quality, and nutrient density. Now, farmers really like the fact of the shelf life, because the shelf life means it gives them a longer period of time to sell their products and guarantee that they're going to make, sell their products and make more money. And the end users, which is the consumer, they like that also because they don't want to buy tomatoes, bring them home, and then 3-4 days later, they're rotting. They want those tomatoes to last. So that increased shelf life is very important to everyone in the food chain, from the producer to the distributor to the consumer. And why would there be more shelf life? Because they are in more nutrient dense. That's the simplicity of it. When you think of our technology, yes, very sophisticated, very complicated, but we want you to think with the simplicity of the natural effect that it creates to the plant, to the environment, and to the products. Now, the results you're going to see from the improvement in photosynthesis are yield quantities of, yield results of 20 to 150% greater yield increases with the crop booster. Then you talk about yield quality. Well, increase in the percentage of crop quality elements, increased Brix rating, improved Brix acidity ratio, longer shelf life with less storage loss, increased nutrient content in fruits and vegetables, larger, more attractive fruits and vegetables, best flavor quality. You will taste it. We have farmers shipping products to us that they grow directly to our office, so our staff can enjoy the taste and enjoy the fruits and vegetables directly. And now we're starting to have farmers in Ecuador that are growing flowers with our technology to start shipping flowers to us, so we can see the beauty of our flowers and how much longer they last. Now, these are some of the photosynthesis results. Average leaf width increase on this particular trial. This is one of our scientific trials. 59% increase over the control. Average plant stem diameter, 63% over the control. Average plant height, 192% over the control. That's a big difference. Average number of leaves per plant, 30% over the control, increase over the control. By the way, if you go to our website at harvestharmonics.com and go to The Science, that's the page, it's called The Science, there's a video that I'm going to play for you today where I explain an overview of the science, but also you could put your email address in there, and then you will have access to all of our scientific studies and publications, okay? And you'll have that information provided to you at the end of this presentation. Now, I'm going to show you this study, which is going to blow your mind. But here we had 100% increase in number of corn ears, 169% increase in height, 55% in stem diameter increase, 815% increase in overall forage production. Corn ear weight over the control. That's because the control produced a small corn ear, and the crop booster produced two very large corn ears. But the reason this happened is because this university did a study that we considered insane. We considered this study something that no one would ever do. And we never expected the university to do this study the way they did it. This university wanted to see if our technology was real or not. They wanted to see if we truly could produce products without any fertilizer and without any inputs. And they also went ahead and cut out 50% of the water. They basically choked the plant practically to death. Okay? And what happened was the control plants barely produced the product. And our plants produced two healthy corn ears with huge leaves and big stalks with zero fertilizer and 50% water. So you'll see a video from that farmer, from that scientist, and that I'm going to present here because he's going to present to himself. But the reality is we would never expect any scientist to do this because it's potential death sentence for the control plants. But maybe that is the solution. Maybe to really get the world to wake up, we should tell every scientist to do the exact same study. Go ahead and grow with no fertilizer. Go and grow with 50% water and tell us what happens. And maybe that is the way we wake up the world to the future of farming. That shows farmers, wow, there is a solution. We don't have to spend all this money on all this fertilizer and all these chemicals and put all this, waste all this money on all this other inputs. Maybe we can actually survive and produce great natural products and not subject our families and ourselves to all of these chemicals, which is unhealthy for them also. So maybe that is the way to go. Maybe that's what we should do with these government scientists and with these government and with these universities all over the world. Tell them, look, follow the lead that the University of Santander in Colombia did, and do a study that's completely insane. Moving on, let's talk about soil health. The crop booster signals increase soil carbon exchange capacity by attracting minerals to the soil particles, increasing binding effects, and inhibiting the leaching of nutrients. Our technology doesn't allow the nutrients to leach. Just think of the natural process. It's all natural plant physiology. The microbes are holding on to the nutrients. The plant wants it, it will exchange with the microbes. So why do you need to put more nutrients in there? You only need to put more nutrients in there if you don't have our technology, because you're forcing the plant to absorb it with the water. So what you're doing right now, or what farmers are doing right now, is they're doing this effect to plants. They're pounding them with water and chemicals and fertilizer and all types of inputs, trying to get the plant to absorb it. Meanwhile, if you just used our technology, you would get the plant to do this synergistically, get in harmony with the environment and with the microbes in the environment that are naturally bringing the plants. And it's a pleasantry. It's a synergistic approach. Okay, harmonious approach. Harvest harmonics. It's a harmonious approach to harvesting. Now, crop booster signals help activate nitrogen-fixing bacteria in the soil and inhibit the evaporation of nitrogen from most soils. Well, how do we inhibit the evaporation of nitrogen? Well, the microbes are holding on to it. Our technology is just empowering them and waking them up to do that. Crop booster signals improve soil characteristics, reducing compaction. The frequencies increase the molecular attraction of soil minerals, which cumulatively causes a soil decompaction effect. How do we know that? We didn't test for that. The scientists and the farmers, they reported that to us. The scientists and the farmers reported to us, this was my soil before, hard as a rock. Now my soil is nice and soft. And they sent us videos putting their hands in the soil. They told us. And then we went back to the inventor and said, why is this happening? And he would explain why. And then we understood what was happening with our own technology. Crop booster signals optimize soil water retention due to the soil's decompaction effect, which increases the rate of water penetration into the soil and results in less water being needed to hydrate the soil. The only reason we know that is because there are soil humidity meters, there are soil moisture meters in that farmers are using, smart farming. So smart farmers that are using smart farming technology, they have this this technology already, these sensors that are in the soil that report to their cell phones and tell them what the moisture is. It actually automatically will turn on their pumps to irrigate the field when the sensors are telling them that the fields need more water. But the farmers were reporting that their pumps were not being turned on because the soil was holding on to the moisture and the plants were growing just fine, better than the control. So the farmers were reporting to us and the scientists were telling us, we never, ever did a water retention test in our life. Never. Everything you see is all reports coming from our farmers and coming from our scientists. Crop booster frequencies activate a mechanism of greater molecular aggregation of the soil so that the soil clumps provide more space porosity through which water can infiltrate more easily. Which the crop booster technology, there is a reaction in the soil of chemical bonds through negative electromagnetic charges, which interact on calcium, phosphorus, potassium, magnesium, and silicon contained in the clays. The only reason why we know that is because we got reports telling us that they saw the increase of these elements compared to the control. So they knew that that's what our technology was doing. And then we had scientists go deep down into a molecular level and actually measure that. And you can see this on our trials on our website. And you can download all this information yourself. Let's move on. Crop booster benefits of soil. Improving the soil gives us higher soil fertility. Well, that's what every farmer wants right now. That is the goal of sustainability. Higher soil fertility. Higher content of minerals in the soil and improved soil electrical conductivity. Increase in soil beneficial microorganisms, including cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria. Decrease in soil compaction, improve soil health and nutrient availability, increase soil porosity. Moving on. These are the tests that we've seen and some of the tests that have come back from the scientists and the farmers that have run CEC tests. 47 to 65% increase in soil cation exchange capacity. That's the increase in soil health overall. 47% increase in soil CEC with tomatoes. 65% increase in soil CEC with tomatoes. 300% faster soil water infiltration rate with almonds. Water infiltration to a soil depth of 100 centimeters in 10 hours with almonds. Previously, it took 12 hours for the water to infiltrate to a soil depth of 40 centimeters. 100% faster water infiltration rate with cherries. Improved soil pH from a pH of 4.9 before to a crop booster use to a pH of 5.2 after crop booster use with coffee. And I could go on and on. These are just some of the reports that come in. Let's talk about reduction in fertilizer, water, and agrochemical usage. Okay? How do we reduce fertilizer use? Well, I've explained most of it already, but I'm going to give you more details. Crop booster signals target the increased absorption and balanced use of the main macronutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. The crop booster signals also enhance and balance the secondary micronutrient absorption and utilization. Crop booster promotes and increases the absorption of use of nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is important for growth, development, immunity, and environmental interactions in plants. Every scientist listening today knows that if we are improving the increase and absorption and use of nitric oxide, that plant is going to be healthier and much more productive. Crop Booster keeps calcium absorption in balance and regulating magnesium, phosphorus, and potassium uptake. Calcium, magnesium, sulfur, copper, zinc, manganese, and silica are absorbed together to facilitate iron absorption. An increase in boron absorption has also been observed when using the Crop Booster system. Crop Booster signals also inhibit excess sodium absorption and reduce excessive soil conductivity. Sodium normally interferes with the uptake of other minerals by plants, so the inhibition of sodium absorption with the Crop Booster can keep plants alive and thriving. We have seen this in studies, and one of the studies is here. Okay? There's a lot of sodium in many of the waters all over the world. But the ones that are using our technology no longer feel the terrible effects of high sodium waters is the best way to explain it. Talk about the benefits of fertilizer fertilizer use, right? Or reduced fertilizer use. Crop Boost improves nutrient density, plant health, yields, and more while reducing need for fertilizers. This is especially important with the continually rising global costs of fertilizer prices. Crop Booster was designed to allow plants to grow successfully with low quantities of fertilizer and even no fertilizer in many cases. We often see decreases in plant fertilizer needs by 50% to 100% with Crop Booster use. We often see yield increases of 20% to over 150% from Crop Booster use, even with reduced or to no fertilizer use. So the lower inputs allow farmers to grow more crops and produce higher yields and higher profits, and on the limited farmland that exists for an exponentially growing population. Let's talk about some of the results. 100% reduction in fertilizer on corn, 100% reduction in fertilizer on black lentils. This black lentil study was with the farmer, and it was done in India. 100% reduction in fertilizer on grapes, 100% reduction in nitrogen fertilizer on rice. This was a government study in Ecuador. I think the organization that did this was called CIDSA, but it's in this. We'll show it to you at the end because it's in this presentation. 67% reduction in fertilizer use on plums. This was in California. 50% reduction in fertilizer use on flowers. This was reported to us by a flower grower in Ecuador. Reduction in fertilizer use on eggplant. That was also, I believe, in India. Okay, let's talk about cation exchange capacity and the effect of fertilizer use. A high soil CEC allows for negatively charged clay and organic matter particles to attract mineral nutrient cations, positively charged ions, from fertilizer application. Plants need these mineral nutrient cations retained in the soil to survive and grow. The mineral nutrient cations that are attracted to soil particles are still available to plants, but prevented from leaching out of the soil during rain or flood events. Crop Booster increases soil cation exchange capacity, which allows more nutrients to be retained in the soil. This improves the efficiency of fertilizer use and prevents the loss of any fertilizer applied. However, you don't need to apply so much fertilizer now. You need to pay attention to your farms and see, do you really need it? And if so, apply it as needed. Considering that Crop Booster improves nutrient utilization efficiency, regular soil testing is recommended to prevent excessive fertilizer application, waste, or fertilizer toxicity. That is often mistaken for nutrient deficiency. Crop Booster also improves the efficiency of nutrient absorption and utilization in plants. to allow more nutrients to remain available in the soil for later growing seasons. So you may not need to rotate as often, but that's something that the farmer will decide. The farmer knows his farm. We're never going to tell the farmer how to farm. We're just giving him the tools and the plans that we would recommend to farm more efficiently, more intelligently, okay, to save more money and preserve his land, preserve the earth, and also make more money. These are just some infographics that we use. This is why we call ourselves the future of farming. Farmers that are using our technology will continue to have increased yields and grow. Farmers that do not use our technology in the future will continue to destroy themselves, and eventually they will not be farming. It's that simple. I don't need to explain it any further than that. Let's talk about the improvement of water. In this picture, I'll describe this. Crop booster frequency significantly reduced the size of water particles in order to improve water absorption by the plant's roots. Remember, our technology expands the roots, the size of the roots, the number of roots, and opens up the pores of the roots. Then allows for the water. The technology also helps break down the water clusters into smaller clusters so that water can be more easily absorbed. Okay, so the smaller the water particle is, the more absorbable it is by the plants. The increased absorption of water simultaneously increases the absorption of nutrients with the water. So now the plant absorbs the water with the nutrients more easily, more efficiently. And the exchange with the micronutrients and the microorganisms, the microbes in the soil is more easily done and faster. Hence, high productivity, high production. And that's what you're seeing with our plants, high production. So the smaller water particle size from crop booster also improves the water use and nutrient efficiency of the plant to reduce the amount of water and nutrients that plant needs to thrive and survive. Plus, now it retains the water because there's programming to allow the plant to retain the water. The proof is all in our studies, and the proof is all in what the scientists and the farmers are saying. And if you have smart irrigation systems and smart technology with sensors on your farms, you should be the first farmers to purchase our technology and start using it, because you can validate the technology immediately. You already have the smart technology to validate it. Okay, this was a water crystallization analysis that was done. Crystallization analysis consists of freezing a water sample at low temperatures in a short period of time to make kind of a photograph of the structure. This measurement is observed by a laboratory technician competent in this type of test for physical analysis to determine the consistency of the water structure and therefore confirm that the crop booster frequencies are present in the water. Why is that? Because our technology also helps to structure the water by breaking down the water clusters and making it more organized, right? The crop booster produces an improvement in water structure, and this, along with the programming of the water, is an essential part of our technology. Okay, this is only one small part of the technology. Remember, there are over 3,000 quantum physics programs, and there's only a few hundred that are dealing with the improvement of the quality of water and the absorption of the water. So you can see that the slide that says normal irrigation water, non-structured, is very cluttered in the outer perimeter and more structured in the center. Whereas here, almost the entire water drop of crop booster is structured, and you can even see the opposite magnetic poles of the water. If you look closely, you can see right here, there's one of the poles, and right here, there's the other pole. And water is a polar molecule. It has a positive and negative charge, and you can see it visibly in this picture. And this is, just an example of why the water is more easily absorbable. How does the crop booster improve water use? Continued. Structured water. Crop booster causes water to be more structured to allow water to be absorbed by the roots. The structure allows plant cells to more deeply absorb water, to hydrate them more efficiently for longer durations. The structured water also balances water pH levels, increases water oxygen levels, detoxifies pollutants from water, increases cellular communication, increases nutrient absorption in the water, and improves plant stress tolerance and growth rates. Structured water even has an antioxidant capabilities. Remember, this portion is a very small part of the programming. There's only a few hundred quantum physics programs that deal with the water. The majority of the programming is dealing with the plant's physiology, the plant's interaction with the sun to absorb more light, and the plant's ability to better manage its own physiology for high photosynthesis and interaction with the soil nutrients and microbes. This also improved roots. Crop boost improves plants with larger root systems by increasing and producing larger root systems, greater root density, and larger root pores. These traits allow for water to be more easily absorbable and more efficiently utilized by plants. I've explained this already, but just keep in mind that the easiest way to test this, and all farmers do this, they go and they'll pull out a couple of plants from the control side, and they'll pull out a couple of plants from the crop booster side, and just look at the roots. You will see that our plants have a lot more roots. And that alone, the farmer already knows. More roots equals more nutrient absorption, more energy. And that means the plant is going to produce more. That alone, within a month of using our technology or weeks of using our technology, gives the farmer the comfort of knowing the technology is working. It's that simple. Water efficiency. Between the structured water, additional root growth, greater density of roots, and increased root pore size, the water and nutrient absorption is made extremely efficient and demonstrated by our trials.
Mr. Frank, you would like to speed up?
Fantastic. How much time do we have, Dr. Moni?
Another 10 minutes.
Fantastic. I will make this very quick. I've already explained the sodium anyway, so we don't have to get into that. I've already explained all of these benefits of the water, so we don't have to get into that. And these are the results. On average, we are seeing 20 to 65%, with the most average being about 50% water savings. Again, we increase drought tolerance. We increase everything. I've already explained the benefits of the water efficiency. These tests below, these are the reports that come out of these water. The water hydrostatic meters that measure the water content or the humidity content in the soil. So these are the reports people send to us. That's how we have this data. How do we reduce agrochemicals? Well, look, when you are increasing the plant's energy, you are automatically getting the plant to resist disease and resist invasions. So You don't need the agrochemicals. Farmers are becoming smarter now. They're getting into spot spraying as opposed to general spraying because the chemicals are very expensive, and they know that they're harmful for the fields. So they only walk around, and if they see a spot that needs chemicals, they'll spray. If they don't, they won't. Okay, and that's becoming very intelligent because they're saving on chemical usage. But if you're using our technology, you're going to see less need. So the spot spraying will become even further reduced. General spraying is that's where the farmers are really having a major problem because they're overspraying, they're creating a harmful environment, and our technology, is in competition with a harmful chemical. Doesn't really work too well. So those farmers have to start coming up with a transition into sustainable agriculture, and eventually they'll be forced into it because the governments want it, the people want it, the food chain wants it. So eventually they all have to switch over. The agrochemicals bypass the natural plant's immunity functions and are toxic to the plants. Plus they weaken the environment. So I've already explained this. This is what the chemicals are doing. Our technology is doing this. Synergistic harmony approach to getting them to produce. So I've already explained how that works throughout the process, throughout the presentation. We don't need to get into the details. I'll go over the benefits: reduction in agrochemical use, increased plant vigor, improved disease resistance. Okay, all because you're reducing the chemical inputs and you're getting the plant to naturally get to its own energy. Let's look at the results that we've seen. 100% reduction in agrochemicals use on tomatoes, 100% reduction of pesticide use on corn, 100% reduction in agrochemicals on paprika, 100% reduction of pests and diseases on Tahiti lime trees, 100% reduction of pest and disease on paprika again, 100% reduction of pest and disease on tomatoes, 100% reduction of fungus on grapes, 100% reduction of rust fungi on coffee, reduction in agrochemicals use on peppers, tomatoes, grapes, coffee, and some of these are just multiples of the same crop. On average, what we've seen is 100% reduction, but we're not recommending that. We're recommending a transitional approach. We're recommending that farmers start reducing their chemical inputs by 10%, then 20%, then 30%, then 40%, then 50%, then 60%, and start seeing that their farm can produce more, make them more money by saving them money and getting away from the chemical age and getting into the bioenergy farming age.
Can you just explain, just go to the previous one?
Sure.
The pest damage, can you just explain that? What is this figure means?
So
what does this figure mean?
What this basically means is that there were farmers that decided to see if they could, and scientists that decided to see if they could cut out their pesticides completely. Now, we didn't tell them to do that. We never tell the farmer to do.
Other sentence is all right. That the pest damage, that you can explain that.
Where are you seeing that?
The pest damage in the table.
Oh, pesticide use and pest damage. Oh, okay, fine. What we've seen is that by using our technology, right, the control side, right, has a pest damage, right, of close to they're dealing with close to 90% of pest damage. Okay, they're seeing
that. I think the way in which it put it confuses that.
It's
I
confusing.
think you look confusing. Right. That's why.
Right. It's confusing. So what this
you should change it. That that it has to be explained properly.
Yeah, absolutely. What this basically means is that there's 30% less pest damage using our technology. That's what it means. So we're reducing.
Yeah,
we're improving
because when you
resistance.
put the difference is minus 30%, it means that the pest damage is less in KP, through KPCB, and is more on normal control.
Yeah, there's more pests on the normal control, and there's less
Yeah,
pests
that's it.
on the
It
crop
has to be
booster.
explained properly. I think it's okay.
Thank you, Dr. Moni, for pointing that out. I will have to fix this slide. I
Okay.
agreed. Find a better way to demonstrate that. Actually, all these slides need improvement because these slides are actually 6 months old, and we have so many more science trials and so many more results
This
that
is
we have
fine.
to
It
update
is
it.
it is our responsibility to that how we see that.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, how to perfect it. So
Absolutely.
okay.
So now I'm going to go through the trials. Some of the older
You
trials.
can quicken it up because this will be, you can put it so that they
Absolutely.
can see that one in this video. So you don't want to spend
Absolutely.
it. You don't explain. You just leave it and then you move on.
Fantastic. Well, this is University in Colombia. This was the National Agrarian University in Peru, 26% increase in watermelon yield. This was Espach in Chimborazo in Ecuador. Okay, I already explained those results earlier. 100% increase in strawberry production at the Polytechnic School of Chimborazo in Ecuador. The Polytechnic School of Chimborazo also did forage, alfalfa, clover, and ryegrass. Again, 100% increase in production. This was in Israel. We got a 20% increase in production in tomato growth in high sodium water. Okay. 62% increase in production on more forage in Ecuador. All university trials. Increase in milk production in Ecuador. 50 liters a day with 24 cows compared to the control. Then 80 liters per day the second month. Then 140 liters a day the third month. The farmers couldn't believe it. The scientists couldn't believe it. They measured the grass and they saw all of these improvements in the elements. In dry matter, iron, manganese, potassium, calcium, copper, many, many improvements in the grass itself, which made the cows healthier and they produced more milk. This was the government of Colombia, the SENA section in palm oil. And this was a government trial in CIDSA on rice. 14% increase in yield, 16% increase in rice spikes, 8.5% increase in weight grains. But the nitrogen fertilizer the control had 100% nitrogen fertilizer, and crop booster trial was with 0 fertilizer, and we outperformed the one with fertilizer. That's the overview. Let me get some testimonials from our scientists. I'm just going to give you a summary video from myself. Can you bring up the first video, Manish? This is the research process that we follow. And here's our contact information and our website.
Just one. You retain this one. Just one. You retain this slide. Just 1 minute. Let me take the photograph.
Fantastic.
Just 1 minute. Okay. Wow. There is some question, some queries. What is the cost of this and how is it fit on field?
So it's You know what? The next video is going to explain all of that, and then I'll answer the question on the cost. Can we bring up the first video, Manish?
Mr. Manish.
Hello, my name is Francesco Arlia Jr. I'm the proud CEO of Harvest Harmonics International. And I'm here to introduce you to our first thesis. This document has been waiting 4 years to be released. We have worked very diligently, very thoroughly, and we're excited to have it released to you so that you can see it for yourself, what this is all about. I'm just going to give you an overview that when you're looking at the crop booster by Kiminasi plants, the technology that is evolutionizing the agricultural industry worldwide, be aware that this is something that is 30, 40 years ahead of its time. And we say this, but we also have the science to prove it. And so this is just an introduction so that you can actually download our first thesis, okay, where we explain the history, the development, the technology, the way it works, and bring you into a new world called cytoalgorithmics, which is the programming of cells. Cyto is cells, it's the original word for cells, and algorithmics is the mathematical programming of. Okay, so you put those together and you have cytoalgorithmics. This technology is based on this new science. This new science is being introduced to the world through Kiminasi. Kiminasi is the name of the organization that owns all of the science and has developed this science. It's an advancement of bioresonance. It's basic physics. But how far have we advanced? I'll explain. Everybody remembers this technology. It's about 15 years old now. Well, we've taken the concept of this technology, which requires electrical equipment to record data onto this plastic device, any type of data, and then it can transfer this data, audio, video, computer data, any type of data, can be placed on here and then transferred through a computer, through a DVD player, radio player. Then it basically is a transferring of information that then can be, redistributed or utilized in however it's being utilized, whether through sound or video or, again, through computer systems. This is Kiminasi technology. This is the advance of this. And what we do with this disc is, which we call a microtransmitter. This disc is metal, holds over 3,000 programs directly and indirectly related to agriculture, the plant's biology, the soil biology, okay, and the sun's energy, all of the sun's energy. This technology does not require electronics. This technology requires a metal pipe. It is placed on the bottom of that metal pipe, and when water passes by, an electromagnetic wave is created. That electromagnetic wave turns on this microtransmitter through an electromagnetic switch. That's how advanced we are. Does not require power, does not require electricity. Then it activates and acts like a battery and will last for 2 years until it runs out of energy. During that 2-year process, it is transferring over 3,000 mini programs of quantum physics directly related to agriculture into the water. And that information is being carried from the water to the plants at which point the plants absorb the water with the programming from the microtransmitter, and they continue to grow naturally at their genetic potential. Now, we know this is way ahead in terms of science, which is the reason why we have so much science now behind us to prove everything we're saying is 100% true. And we are inviting everyone who downloads our first thesis, studies this material, and is interested in running trials with us, whether you're a farmer, you're a scientist, you're an agronomist, you're a university, okay, you're researchers, doesn't make a difference. Major corporations, smaller companies, anyone that wants to try our technology and see for yourself. Because ultimately, no matter what I say, no matter what the scientists say, no matter what our documents say, okay, seeing is believing. And when you see this for yourself, now you will understand that the future of farming has arrived. And this will totally support regenerative agriculture, sustainable agriculture, because we are the future of agriculture. Thank you for listening. I look forward to working with you. Thank you, Mr. Monish. Can you play the second video? That is the testimonial, and then you can
Hello,
play the third.
this is Dr. Zaid Akram from Arid Agriculture University, Rawalpindi, Pakistan. I'm professor here. I'm working as head of the Department of Plant Breeding and Genetics. And I've been working on wheat crop over the years for its yield and quality production. Recently, I came to know through some website and through your email that you have some technology developed in order to boost the crop production more than double. And also, besides this, it gives you disease resistance and insect pest resistance. So I was really amazed to know that, and then I opted to work on it, and I agreed to get the technology from your side, and I also agreed to have it demonstrated on my farmer's land. So I selected one farmer who was previously my student, and he's working on certain crops, and he has some practical knowledge of the crops. So I convinced him to use this technology so that we can work out and we can demonstrate practically about the use of this Kimnaski technology. So luckily we got your device and I gave it to him, and he used this device on his irrigation system as being instructed and advised by you. Amazingly, there was a lot of, you can say, difference what he has reported, and he has reported that likely more than double yield has been obtained, and the crop was looking very good, lush green, as well as it was protected from different types of the disease and insect attack. So, as being advised by you, he had two types of the fields. One was the control, which was being used as previously, whereas the another field was being separated, and that was being irrigated through Keminaski device. So we followed your instructions and got the desired results. So I am really happy to know that this technology is now proving its worth, and practically it has been achieved its objectives in other parts of the world. And besides, this was first experiment in our country, I think. Maybe some other institutes you might have given this technology as well, but I practically I don't know that, and I am reporting what we have got the results. So besides this, my short brief about this use of this technology and its positive results, which we gave you as well through certain reports, through certain emails. We have previously submitted some data in which we reported that the results of this technology were really good, and we shared some pics, we shared some results, and I am also I have asked my farmers to record his you can say experience as well. And besides this my short video, I will also attach my farmer's video as well, in which he will himself uh, tell you about the success story which he got by using this Kimnaski technology. So I am very much happy about it, and I want to advise the rest of the farmers as well to go for this technology, and I wish all the best for the harvest harmonics. Thank you very much.
Now, that was Professor Ikram from Pakistan, and they did a wheat trial, which was they more than doubled their production. And the next video is the farmer that actually did the trial. Can you bring that up, Manish?
Hassan Hamad, and I have worked with the Kamenevsky plant booster device last year with the Professor Dr. Zahid Akram at primarily Shah Arid Agriculture University, Rawalpindi. I have also completed my graduation in agriculture last year, and I have 25 acres of the land. My farm is located in district Attak, Punjab province of Pakistan. The experiment with the Kamenevsky plant booster was conducted according to the given directions. Only the 3 irrigations was applied to the crop according to the requirements. The results are quite remarkable. The crop with the crop irrigated with the Kamenevsky plant booster showed the uniform spike emergence as compared to the control, and there was a more plant vigor, like more leaf area, the more dark green color and height, number of tillers, etc. There was a node with occurrence on both the plots, like experiment and the control, because of the genetic crop resistance. There was a overall 9% increase in the yield of the plot where the irrigation was applied with the Kamenevsky plant booster. The results are quite remarkable, and we are really fan of it due to its simple working and more output. Because of its simplicity and the more output, this year we are going to expand it on our whole farm. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Now, the next video is a scientist from
Muy buenos días, mi nombre es Daniel Antonio Hernández
Colombia.
Villamizar, soy zootecnista, especialista en proyectos de gestión informática y tengo una maestría en producción animal. Soy docente de la Universidad Francisco de Paula Santander, docente de tiempo completo. Tengo la categoría de investigador junior. He estado trabajando con forrajes desde 1987, que terminé la carrera, y la experiencia con la tecnología Kimiwaki Plant Crop Buster fue muy interesante. Hace 2 años hicimos un trabajo con maíz en la cual obtuvimos unos resultados supremamente sorprendentes, donde sembramos una hectárea regada con crop buster y otra hectárea sin crop buster. No aplicamos fertilizantes, solamente se controló la maleza, y los resultados a los 76 días de haber sembrado nos dio que el crop buster, las plantas de crop buster produjeron 12 hojas, mientras que las que no tenían crop buster dieron 9 hojas. El grosor del tallo fue de 2,75 contra 1,5. El tamaño de la mazorca, que fue una cosa bien interesante. La que no tenía crop así, mientras que la otra, una mazorca formada y bien establecida. Una cosa que nos dimos cuenta fue el tamaño de la raíz. La de crop era como de 20-25 centímetros, mientras que la otra era como de 15 centímetros. Nos dimos cuenta que se encharcaba mucho más la que no tenía crop el terreno, siendo un terreno uniforme, y la producción total del trabajo fue sin crop rendimiento de forraje verde 16 toneladas, mientras que la que tenía crop nos dio 77 toneladas de forraje verde. Entonces, para nosotros fue muy placentero y me gustaría seguir trabajando esta tecnología para poder tener mayores producciones y seguramente con animales. Nosotros trabajamos con cabras, con gallinas, ovejas, vacas y cerdos. Entonces, la bienvenida a la tecnología y gracias por invitarme a ser parte de esta familia. Buen día.
Okay, so
And then the last video is a culmination of many farmers that have just sent in their comments in interviews that we had with them. So you can play that and see what the farmers are saying.
With Harvest Harmonics. And if you're tired of spending a fortune on fertilizers and other inputs, then you're going to want to watch this short video.
I'm going, wow. I mean, wow.
I was very pleased with the results of the peppers.
The soil's softer.
I'm seeing results already.
That's going to be awesome.
We're looking forward to it, yes.
I wouldn't farm anything without it.
The control plants didn't survive. All the Kimnasi plants survived, so I guess
I was much more pleased than I'd ever been.
My mission is to get healthy, quality food to the people that really need it.
Early on, all the Kimnasi orchards, all 5 of the test orchards, showed 1,500 to 2,000 on a moisture scale, which was classified as very wet. Test orchards right next door that had the same water, the same trees, the same soil, the same farming, the same fertilizer, the same everything, was right on the edge of being dry.
The reality is a booster on everything that I have at home. A neighbor of mine planted a year ahead of me, and after 3 months, my trees were as big as his.
I agree with you, and I'm excited about it too.
It's for a bigger purpose for me.
My trees just look better.
The picture is impressive. The size of the turmeric.
that was the most remarkable growth that I'd ever seen on a squash. It's very exponential on the Kimnasi.
I'm afraid to farm without it now.
So that's just an overview of some of our farmers. We have obviously many more. And to answer the question, what is the cost? Well, the cost is going to be determined by country. We're selling all over the world in certain countries.
Okay. There is just 1 minute. Mr. Ashok Kapoor, please help trying to reach the company from the past 2 months with links and number available on the site, but could not contact.
Oh, that's interesting.
So they were trying to contact your company for the past 2 months with the links and numbers available on the site. Please check it up,
Mr.
With your website.
Let me do this.
And, I will send you their number. They have talked to me in the morning. So I will send you their contact number and you can talk to them and get the things done.
Yeah, please send me their information. I'll be more than happy to look into that and deal with them directly. Okay.
Okay.
Just to answer the question on the costs, the strategy that we approach is country by country. every country has its own economics. The purpose of the company is to help farmers all over the world. So, the pricing is developed in each country, working with the scientists and the government scientists within the country, and running all the trials that we run will determine what is the benefit to the farmers and what should the right pricing be so that the farmer makes the most money and gets the most return from the product. And obviously, then it would be a problem for us to solve on how to create the production at a sufficient level to deliver it to the farmer at that pricing that the farmer can afford. So currently in the United States, we've already established pricing, and the pricing in the United States would not be the pricing that we would use in India, because it's just our economics here in the United States are different, and the savings to the farmers are different. So that I hope answers your question, because as we are working with farmers in India, and we're working with plenty of them now, we've established just introductory pricing. That's something that they can afford. We come to an agreement, and we start moving. So if you are interested in trying our technology, you just need to contact us, and we will work out special pricing for you so that you can get started while we're working on determining the final pricing within India with the scientists and the trials that we're doing throughout India. And we have several trials that are getting started throughout India. There's probably somewhere between 20 to 40. Are there any other questions I can answer?
Okay. Mr. Sanjay Guru, good presentation. Kindly do some field trials in India. We trust and believe you, but you will appreciate seeing is believing.
Absolutely, 100%. Like I said, anyone that wants to start doing more trials, scientists, government scientists, and university scientists that are on this presentation, please contact us. Okay, you can contact my science director. I can put her information here in the chat. Okay.
No, it's Mr. Sanjay Guruji is working on the smarter tribal farming project in Tamil Nadu. So he'll be he will be very happy to do that. He himself is an environmental engineer.
Oh, fantastic!
I'll forward your number to him. Okay, let us close the meeting. There is more time now. Okay.
So I just put up the email address for Mary Ronald. She's my science director, and we can work out any trials that you want. And Dr. Moni, anyone that contacts us, we will make sure that the trials are coordinated through your organization.
Okay, so if from your side, if it is over, Mr. Mani, is there any other queries? Okay, no, Sanjay Gori, yeah, it's okay.
Last question: small farmer holding.
Okay.
Oh, fantastic! This is a great question. So, every country, not just India, every country in the world is supported by small farmers. It is the small farmers that support the country, even in the United States. Okay, there are 2 million farmers in the United States, but 1.9 million of them are small farmers. The reality is that our technology was designed for all farmers. So we're coming up with a patented small device that small farmers can use, to handle their entire farm. And it would be very cost effective and very cost efficient. The larger farmers that are dealing with hundreds and thousands of gallons per minute of large irrigation systems, they would be purchasing it by the acre. Okay, and that would be fairly priced for them also, but obviously that's for large farming operations. For the small farmers that are 1 to 2 acres, even up to 3-4 acres, there is going to be
You can join through this link for 5 minutes.
that will handle
Hello.
and address the entire farm.
You can.
And
I
it'll
have
be
sent
very,
you. You can
it'll be very
join and get
affordable for the
connected. You
small
can
farm.
interact with Mr. Francesco if you have time. No, fine. If you want, I have sent you the link. If you want to join, you can interact with him. Or WhatsApp. Just join with that. Thank you. I called Madam Ashu Kapoor to join. Just wait a minute. Okay. Let me thank Mr. Francesco Arlia for your wonderful presentation
Thank
and
you,
also the interest generated by various participants.
Thank you,
And it is a technology which has to be tried, and it has to be seen that the benefits of this technology in a very big manner. That's why this university has taken interest to invite you to talk in the 2 webinar series which it conducts. One on the national webinar series, another one is on the international webinar series. The international webinar series is through the African Asian Rural Development Organization, and it would be generating a lot of interest. The thing is that now you would like to take a call on that how the Harmonics and the Soviet Institute of Engineering and Technology, which has got this group of educational institutions, got to 2 university, and the 2 universities got Department of Agriculture Sciences and also Agricultural Informatics discipline.
Excellent.
So, and the 5 centers of excellence, you can take a call, and then how this establishing a center of technology advancement in the direction in which you are working on it in this university, and capacity building and
Absolutely.
competence development is very important. This is a university which has now taken a large scale pilot project through the national NGOs throughout the country with respect to digital technology in agriculture. So we are very happy to see to that how the technology can reach the 14.5 crore operational holders, out of which 89% are small and marginal farming holders. That so it is very nice that let me see that the madam joins. I will send her the link, and if she joins is well and good. Otherwise, we can close the meeting. And with
So
this,
till not joined, sir. Not joined till now.
okay, fine. I'll close the meeting. Thank you very much, and it is a wonderful presentation talk, and we have to walk. We have to have a long journey to see to that the farmers are in a position to utilize this technology. So
Absolutely.
I, as a former technocrat, a man who brought technology to the grassroots level, I am of the firm opinion and a strong believer that technology makes a lot of difference, and it
Absolutely.
removes all the middleman, and it the farmer, they produce products, they undertake agriculture operations, and they should have all the benefits of technology, accessibility, availability, and good market prices. And this is where today's talk is very important, is not only doubling farmers income. We use these keywords only to reinforce the mission which the government of India has undertaken, and it will be manifold. And empowering through bioenergy farming, it means that every school student, because photosynthesis is being taught on the 5th class in the school. So
Right.
every high school can get involved in these operations understanding. The
Absolutely.
technology can go very immediately. We have lakhs and lakhs of schools, say secondary education and higher secondary education. Then only comes the higher education institution.
Absolutely.
Photosynthesis, physics, biology, and mathematics is being taught in chemistry is being taught in all secondary education schools at the school level. So the
Absolutely.
promotion of this technology can be immediate, and I'm very happy that this can bring smile on the face of the farmer, because in the same land, because even if you take 2050, the world population will cross 9 billion. But we have got the same land, and 65% is rainfed farming. And the farm, small and marginal food security is in the hands of, small and marginal farmers. They have to grow more on the same land which they have now.
Right.
They have a problem of getting trained after, trained. It's there's a limit for even to have the training, to them. Rural youths have to be trained. They have they don't have the interest to get into agriculture. That's why we thought that let us bring all the other discipline students, engineering and non-engineering, through IT and agriculture. And then, this technology can bring in, even the school students to join. It is a mass, participation with a heavy mass. And,
Absolutely.
This is to be done. And I am very happy that, today's program, facilitates that. And with this, I would like to thank Mr. Francesco. As we discussed, we have been discussing for the last 1 month with respect to this one. We had a detailed discussion for about 2 weeks, and on our Tuesday meeting. And let us see that how we can, work together, and promote together, and in the form of academic program, in terms of research, in terms of technology advancement, and finally, the net result or the end result is that how our farming community, how our small and marginal farmers, and how the pilot project which we have taken now, the university has taken, smart tribal farming, can get benefit out of it. With this, I would like to thank Mr. Francesco and his team, and I would like to thank our Honorable Chancellor, His Excellency, the Secretary General, African Nation Rural Development Organization, the faculty members, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Pro Vice Chancellor, and the participants both from India and abroad, and also the participants who have posted their queries, which have been responded appropriately. With this, thank you very much. We'll close the webinar, and we will look forward further participation in promoting this technology in an effective manner. Thank you very much. We'll close the webinar.
Thank you, Dr. Moni, for your invitation.
And I would like to, before thanking, I would like to hear from you your final remarks, and then we'll close it.
I want to say thank you to all the participants. I want to say thank you to yourself and your distinguished trustees of the Shobhit University and the African Asian Rural Development Organization. I really did appreciate and enjoyed presenting to you, and I look forward to working with you and your organizations towards the betterment of the farming community worldwide. Thank you very much, and make it a blessed day.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye-bye.